Hello students, next let us look at the AC superposition theorem problem. So as with the other theorems, here also there is going to be no change. It's just an extension of the DC superposition theorem. So we'll straight away move to the problem. So here we are having three different sources and we have to find out the current through the inductor. So the inductor here is J2. As I had told previously, there is no direction of current drawn here, so we can assume a direction. I can assume the direction to be this, or I can assume the direction to be in the opposite direction. It does not matter. Okay, so I will assume a direction. Let me assume it as this direction. So this is the direction of current and that is I. Then I will say I is going to be equal to 1, it is the current because of the 8 volt power supply, the 8 volt voltage supply. I'm not going to write the angle. Yeah, all I just want to do is separate it. So I can write 8 angle 135, no problem. The second one is because of a current source which is 2 amperes. And the third one, since it is again 2, I will not write 2, I will just write 2 angle 90 degrees. So it is well understood now. Okay, so I have to find these three currents. So finding I because of the 8 volt. Okay, I because of the 8 volt. That is the first thing that we have to find. So first thing that we do is we redraw the circuit. So here I have redrawn the circuit and now I have to take only one source, and since I am trying to find out because of the 8 volt source, 8 volt is AC source, so I will basically make this one as 0. Now when I make this one, the current source is as 0, obviously it becomes open circuit. If it becomes open circuit, then it's as good as not drawing this one. Similarly, it's as good as not drawing this one because there is going to be no current passing through this, so it's as good as not drawing this one. So as you can see, the circuit has become very simple now. Okay, so let me redraw. Okay, so now it has become very simple. So if I want to find out what is the current through this one, it has become very easy because now I can directly draw the current, and that current is going to be actually the current which is passing through this is 8 of 8 volt, and that is very simply this is the same current, isn't it? Therefore I can very easily write I because of the 8 volt is going to be the total voltage, which is 8 angle 135 degrees divided by the total impedance. The total impedance is J2 plus of minus J, which will give me an answer of 8 angle 45 degrees. Okay, so very simply I have found out the current because of the 8 volt AC source. Next I have to draw, or I have to look at the 2 ampere current source. Okay, so I will write that one. Let's see how it's going to be. So finding I because of the 2 amperes current source. Again I will have to redraw the circuit. So now let me take out the other sources. The current source is taken out. When I take out this current source, then what remains is this will remain as such. Okay, and similarly when I take this voltage source out, and what remains is just the short circuit of that one. Yes. Okay, and I am interested to find out the current flowing in this direction because of 2 ampere source, the current that is flowing through this one. So again, as you can see, there are 2 parallel branches here. Let me take some time to explain again because many people make mistakes. See, this one is one branch J2. It has 2 terminals, one is here, one is here. Now is this 2 ohm parallel to it? No. Why? Because only the one end of the 2 ohms is connected to it. So if one end of the 2 ohms is connected to it, then is it series? No, it is not series because there is a third branch coming out of it. So you cannot say that J2 and 2 ohms are series or they are parallel. But what about this minus J? See, minus J is also having 2 terminals. One is this one which is meeting with this J2. Okay, but since there is a third branch coming out of it, so I cannot say that these two are in series. Okay, these two are not going to be in series because there is a third branch coming out here. Then the other end is actually connected to the other terminal. So now you can see that one end of minus J is connected to one end of J2 and the other end is connected to the other end of J2. So both of these are in parallel. So what I can say is that there will be a flow of current which will be basically dividing. There will be a current division that is going to take place. One is the current is going to be divided into this branch and this branch. Okay, so when I look at in that case, then I can simply apply the current division rule. So what is the current division rule? So I will write through current division. Through current division, what will I get? I will get that I of 2 amperes is the total current that is coming, which is 2 angle 0. So this is the current, total current, and that total current that is flowing from here, it will get divided into 2 branches. One is this one and the second one is this one. The current is going to be decided based on what is the value of this branch and what is the impedance value of this branch. This is not going to be of any consequence. Why? Because this is a current source. Because this is a current source, whatever be the case, it will push out 2 angle 0 current. Now instead of this current source, if it would have been a voltage source, then the first thing that I will have to do is I will have to calculate what is the total impedance and then find out what is the current passing through that voltage source, from that voltage source, and then use those to find out what is the current division. So only at that time this 2 ohms plays a little bit important role. Otherwise, right now in this circuit, this 2 ohms is not going to decide anything much. Multiplied with 2 angle 0, multiplied with the current, the impedance in the opposite branch. So this is the J2 is the branch in which I want to find out the current. J2 is the branch, J2 is the branch in which I want to find out the current. So I should take the opposite branch, which is the opposite branch impedance minus J. So I will take minus J divided by total, which is J2 plus of minus J. We know that this is going to be the denominator is going to be J and J cancels off, what remains is minus. So minus of 2 angle 0 is same as writing 2 angle 180 degrees. Okay, 2 angle 180 degrees. Or you can even write it like this as minus 2 and not write any angle, sorry. Yeah, minus 2 amps. So you can even write it like that. whichever be the case, you can write this one or this one. What I would prefer in the case of AC is that you always write it like this. Okay, why? Because the magnitude will never have any negative direction in that. Okay, so next, the the last part is that I have to find out the current due to the third source. So let me redraw the circuit. So after having drawn that, the first thing that I have to do is I have to take out the other sources. So since I'm going to consider 2 angle 90, so this one has to be taken off, so that becomes an open circuit. So that, let me draw the remaining part. Okay, so this will remain. Similarly, what I am having is this voltage source, and instead of that I have to again put a short circuit. So I have shorted that, and now I am interested in finding out this current, and that is all okay. Because why is this okay? Because again you are having minus j. Okay, again I am having minus j ohms in parallel with j2, and the current that is coming, which is 2 angle 90 degrees, is getting split between this branch and the minus j branch. So I can draw, now I will prefer to draw it like this, that this angle current, one is passing through this and the second is going through this, and the same is coming around. So this is going to be my I2 angle 90 degrees. Let me draw it a little bit more neatly, because otherwise it's looking okay. So this is going to be I with a bracket 2 angle 90 degrees. Okay, so therefore again through current division, let me write here, through current division rule, I can say that I of 2 angle 90 degrees will be the total current, which is 2 angle 90 degrees, multiplied by the current in the opposite branch, which is minus j, divided by the current in the total branches, that is j2 minus j, which comes out to be 2 angle 0 degrees. Okay, it comes out to be 2 angle 0 degrees. Let me be clear. If it is 2 angle 0 degree, no, it is going to be 2 angle 90 degree. Sorry, j and j cancels off. 2 angle minus 90 degree. You can check with your calculator. 2 angle minus 90 degrees. So now we have got the three currents. Therefore, the final answer will be the total current I, which is a combination of I because of the 8 volt source plus I because of the 2 amp source and I because of the 2 angle 90 degree amps source, is going to be that combination. So the first current is 8 angle 45 degrees plus 2 angle 180 degrees plus 2 angle minus 90 degree. See, now we don't need to look at any other sign convention and all, because AC current flows in both direction, but we have to always consider at a particular instant of time what is the direction. Okay, so now the angle itself contains the direction, so there is nothing for us to worry. So the answer of this comes out to be 5.17 with an angle of 45 degrees. An angle of 45 degrees. Let me be clear. So this is going to be the current. Okay, so now here there is no need to kind of take care of the any other direction problem because the direction is already there in the angle. So there is nothing more to worry. So this is what we would have or we should have done. Now let me again talk a little bit more about the angles. See, suppose if the direction of this one would have been opposite, that means here if the direction, let me use the pen, okay, here suppose the direction would have been like this, okay, the current direction is opposite, suppose, then here the direction will be like this and here the direction will be like this. Okay, if that is the direction, then you can see that here it will be all in the opposite direction. It should flow like this, but that is not the same direction that we have assumed is initially. So what we have to do? Nothing. We have to write that this is going to be minus of the whole thing. Why? Because the direction was opposite. Okay, and then based on that you will get the answer. So take care of the directions. But in the end, whatever is the answer you get, there you have to just add them all up because the direction is already taken care of. Okay, so this was an example of superposition theorem, and I took this particular problem because, see, if I would have to find out what is the current I, then generally I would have had to done with, I would have to do find I1, I would have found out I2, then I would have found out I3, okay, and then I would have taken, since it is this direction, it is I1 minus I3, correct? So I would have found out that I is going to be equal to I1 minus I3, and for finding out that, I will have to do the mesh analysis. And here there is no need of doing the mesh analysis because we have very simply found out using the superposition theorem. And that is why the superposition theorem is used, because sometimes it makes the problem very, very simple. So here it has made the problem very, very simple. Thank you.